What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and I have the Pocophone F2 Pro, or the Poco F2 Pro. Now, this is an awesome device. If you get the chance to pick this up for 500 bucks, I really don't think you could lose on this device. It's got some really cool features. I wanted to kind of go through some of the Poco F2 Pro tips and tricks. Now, some of these are tips, some of these are tricks, some of these are just basic settings in the MIUI software. This is running MIUI 11, Android 10 out the box. So it's got the latest and greatest, pretty much. MIUI 12 is coming soon. But the first thing that I want to kind of show you, now this is running a theme here. This is like a pixel-like theme. And you could do so many different themes. Like this one here is called Ghost Rider. I know Forbes likes this one. And then there's also one, they got all kinds, man. Monster Party here. And all you gotta do, you gotta make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi or data, and then you'll be able to go in here and download some themes. Now, if you go into my page, Android Stud right there, I have about 9 themes. I got Ghost Rider, I got Deadpool, which is really cool one. I really enjoy that. Then I have a couple Google ones like Pixel Black Icon, I really like. And then this one here that I'm running now, Pixel Dark. So you also have the regular ones like the classic for your Pocophone. And then you have here, I downloaded this one, a McLaren, you know, the OnePlus theme. But you can basically go into your themes and you can search anything. Samsung, Google, LG. Don't know why you want to make your phone look like a Samsung, but you basically, these are all the Samsung themes. And then when you go in here, you can also do wallpapers. Now, I will say that the MIUI 11, the theme store, man, they got some really great wallpapers, man. Look at all this. Look at these, man. These are really, really neat, and they're free. You basically just apply them. I mean, look at these wallpapers are outstanding. I mean, you can spend a whole day just looking through the wallpapers and find a nice wallpaper to set up. Look at that one. Ooh, might have to put that on the video right here. We're gonna set to both, just so you could see. No thanks. You can add a shortcut if you want, but as you can see, man, there you go. You get your little wallpaper there, and you're good to go. I like the way that one actually looks. So now the other thing that you could do in themes, I believe, is that you could change the icons on here, or maybe it's somewhere else, but it does change the icons for you when you change a theme. Now, let's get into split screen, okay? Now, one of the cool things, you could do split screen on your device. So if you get your situation there, and let's say you're gonna, you got the tube, right? All you do is you hit that split screen at the top, and then you're gonna drag the tube up, boom. And then you're gonna grab another one, let's say Telegram, right? You got the boys in there, you got Munchie, you got all the boys in here, Team 100 VIPs, and you know, you wanna just be watching a video, say, yo, I'm checking out this video about this mouse eating a hamburger, it's a blast. So it's pretty cool, man. And then if you wanna go out, you just kinda zero it out, and then you're good, you know? You're good to go. Real cool, split screen is great. Now, let's talk about gestures. Now, I use the button navigations on the bottom. I prefer those over gestures on Android. I just don't think they're fully matured yet. I think Apple does a better job with their iPad and also their iPhones when it comes to gestures. But if you want to change your gestures, you simply just go to settings, and then you go to, I believe it's full screen settings. Let's see, hold on. Let me, I always have a hard time finding stuff in this settings menu. You guys are probably at home going, it's right there. It's right there. Okay, additional settings and then full screen display. And then you could choose gestures, full screen gestures there, learn, not now. And then you just swipe up. So if you swipe up, let me do it again. You get your recents and all that stuff. So let's say you're in the YouTubes. You swipe here, you can go back out. So I'll leave it on the gestures for the rest of the video. Now, another cool thing that you could do is always on display. So if I turn off my display, and you see, I got my logo there, I got my time there, I got my battery percentage, and also if I get notifications like a text message or a Telegram or Twitter, it'll show up on my always on and I know I got a message. So what you simply do, fingerprint on deck, simply do is just go into settings and you just search out always on or always, and it should pop up, always on display. You see, you could choose different styles. What I did is I added my logo. So you can add from gallery, you could do a signature, you could do all kinds of clocks, all kinds of cool things. It's really, really cool. And then you could schedule this so it turns off in the middle of the night, which is kind of neat, you know? You could turn it off from whatever, 7 in the morning or 7 at night to whatever. Also in here, you could do raise to wake, double tap to wake. So when you're here, boom, double tap to wake, fingerprint to get in, and then you're good to go. So that is really cool. And I mean, tell me that ain't hot, that my logo is on the always on display. Android stud. So that's kind of cool. Now, going into, there's something in here. If you go into settings, this I think is one of the coolest features on the MIUI, on this Poco phone. I'm not sure if they have it on the thing, but if you go into additional settings, no, that's not it. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so if you go to settings and then special features, right? You go into this thing called Video Toolbox. And what it does is you can set it up to have this, it's almost like an app over your apps, okay? So I set it up to YouTube, Mi Video, TikTok, whatever. So if I go to YouTube, right? And we on the tube, and we want to, you see that little box that opened up? It's right at the top and you just hit it. Now you could screen record, you could screenshot, you can cast to like different things. But I think the coolest thing is that you can play your YouTube videos. Now, if you have YouTube Premium, you get this, right? Sorry. All right, here we go. Let's go into my Project 13's video, right? We're gonna turn this down for a second until he starts talking. And then you skip the ad, okay? So let's go in the middle of this. He's doing his little, okay? Now check it out. If you hit that play with screen off, see that? So if you're running or you're jogging, you ain't gotta worry about keeping your YouTube on. Now, if you got premium, that's not a big deal to you, but man, it's a big deal to me to have that. That's a pretty cool feature. Now, the other thing too is you can screen record. You see there on the bottom right, it's screen recording. So I can play my video, record a little bit, do whatever you need to do, and you could put this over any app in the settings. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. And then that's it right there. Go ahead, tap that. Here's my screen record. Let me see how, oh yeah, play right there. Allow. See, there's my screen record. Boom, done, man. I'm telling you, that is pretty hot. And then the screen record stays on the screen, but what you could do is when you go into special features video toolbox, you could put it over different apps. Put it over Twitter, put it over Instagram, Call of Duty. You could do a whole video on Call of Duty with that. So, man, to me, that is probably one of the coolest features on the Poco phone, and I absolutely love it. Some of the other special features in here, you get a game turbo where you could set up all kinds of settings when you're playing your video games, which is kind of cool. All kinds of different booster settings, quick replies. If you want to do quick replies on all these Facebook, Hangouts, whatever, I set it up pretty much to all of them. LED light, if you want to get a text message. So I'll show you this. So if I send a text message, let's go here, right? We hit that thumb. Now watch it light up. You see that on the sides? Bonus. So I think that's kind of cool that you can do that. Set up your LED light. There's also a light at the top here. So if you have it on the dresser late at night, You can see your notifications. Now, here's another cool thing is the front camera effects. Now you have all kinds of cool ones. You could set it so when your camera pops up, boom. Now, what you can do is you can go into the settings and change that to different colors. So let's put that on red. You see that? Boom. Put on green. I like the green. I'm gonna keep it on the green. And then you could do different sounds. You hear that? Isn't that cool? I like that one. So, okay, so we're gonna keep that one. So that is your camera shortcuts. Let me back this out so you guys can see the phone again. And that is really cool, man. That is the camera on this is pretty nifty. I really do like it. Really, really cool. Now, you got something called, scammer's trying to call me. You got something called shortcuts. If you go in here, there's some button shortcuts that you can do on here. If you go to button shortcuts, you could set it up to launch your camera, double press power button, long press home button, all kinds of stuff. So if you need to go to your camera real quick, you know, launch camera, double press home button, right? Got that set. Take a screenshot, 3-finger swipe, right? If you double press here, boom, my camera turns on, right? So that's pretty cool. So you got that going for you. So there's a lot of different button shortcuts that you can do in there, man. Open split screen, which I probably will set up because I use split screen a lot. So that's kind of hot. Now, the other thing that you want to do is, we gotten into that. Okay, so you could do all kinds of settings on your launcher. You know, there's all kinds, man. You can set the background here to dark, app drawer, transparency. Oh man, that is so cool. And then if you go in here, icon packs, check it out, man. This ain't like Pixel Launcher. You could actually change your icons. Look at that. I'm changing it right there to all white icons, pixel icons, red line. Ooh, that looks hot. Or the system, okay? So we'll go back out, we'll keep it on the system. Then you can customize your layout, 5x6, 4x4, whatever. It's really, really, I mean, this thing has a lot of different settings when it comes to, and then if you want your icon badges, you could change it to number or circle. Mine are on number now because I like people to have OCD when they see my phone and go, "You're not gonna check your messages?" I'm like, absolutely not. Now, here's a pretty cool, if we go into special features, right? And we go into second space. Now, what's second space? Second space is basically a whole other phone within this phone. So I set up my fingerprint here to go to my second space. There it is. Now, this is totally different. Look at it. So let's say you got, a lot of people like to use this because, you know, they acting shady and they want to hide stuff from people, whatever. But if this is cool, like if you got kids, you turn this on, you have all the apps for him or her, and she could do her thing. Or maybe you work and you want to have your work stuff on one space and your personal stuff on another space. So guess what? So if I go here, hit my thumbprint, okay? And guess what? I go back to my personal life, right? But if I go here and I hit my index finger there, guess what? I go back to my work life. So it's kind of cool, man. Really easy to set up in special features. If you go into settings, I'm gonna go back to my ride and die right here, and we're good to go. Now, the other thing too, now, if you're having issues with themes, one of the things you can do is change your region. So if you search region, I have it set to United States, but you could change it to something maybe where your themes will work. I'm not sure if that's gonna mess you up somewhere else down the road. That's on you. Now, the other cool thing is this thing has face unlock. Obviously you saw the fingerprint, but it also has face unlock. So you see right there, it's on, okay? So now if I go here, right? You do have to swipe up. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I don't like. I wish you didn't have to swipe up, but you do have to swipe up, and then it unlocks with the camera real fast, real groovy, real nice, sexy, and delicious. Now, The other thing that you could do here is you got a cool little feature here. If you're into it, I mean, if you're not into the gestures or the button navigation on the bottom, they have something called Quick Ball that you can use. Here it is. And what that is it just puts a little bit of a, you see how that menu opened up? So you can go home, you can go recents, you can go to different things on here. So it's really cool. Oh, let me show you the 3-finger screenshot. Boom. You saw that? You like that sexiness? Let's do it again for you. There it is. So you set up that 3-finger screenshot, you're good to go. Now, one of the other cool things that I like is, check this out. If I gotta put I don't know if it works with gestures, but I gotta go into additional settings. Where you at? Right there. Full screen display. I'm gonna put this back to the button because that's the only way I know how to do it. Now, if you slide from the home to you get that one-handed mode. Okay, now you type in the black. So let's say you're on the Twitter sphere. Oh, I have this set. You could also set up app locks. That way you could lock all your apps with your fingerprint. And I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. It's really, really cool. Now, let's say you want to go one-handed. You want to type, you want to go through it, you know, maybe you're walking or doing something like that. You can set up that one-hand mode and it's real easy. You just go into settings. You go into, just type in one hand. Sorry, that's not it. One-handed mode. Boom, you turn that on. You can set it to 4.5, 4.0. You can set it to the 4.5 and iPhone SE. So you push down on the button and you get the one-handed mode. Type in the black, you go back to where you need to go. Now, the other thing too is you can do something called dual apps. So let's say you got 2 Twitters and you got 2 Instagrams. If you go into dual apps, you could simply set up 2 Instagrams, 2 Facebooks, do your thing. Now, let me show you the last thing I wanted to show you before I go is app lock, right? If you go into app lock, ooh, sorry about that. You can lock all your apps up. You go in here, I need my password, which is my fingerprint. You can set all these up like YouTube Studio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and some of my bank apps I lock up. So if I go into Instagram, you need a password. You ain't gonna get shady on me. I'm gonna do my thing, and you a ding-a-ling. That's gonna do it, man. If you guys know any other tips, tricks, or any kind of cool settings on here, and I might have missed something and I apologize, or if you got a question about the Poco F2 Pro, how to do something, let me know. I'm gonna ride or die with this phone. I absolutely love it. It's great. I know this video's been long, but I'm so glad you guys have been able to watch. Follow me on Twitter at AndroidStud, also on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching. Poco King. Peace.